octagon. I know you've taken a page out of his book.
It's a wrestling thing, Jay. Wrestlers want to get down to business, and that is what Frankie Edgar is all about. He is Jersey strong to his bone. Frankie is a guy that even when it looks like he's out of it, he can continue to press forward and get the goal accomplished. When he got dropped and hurt by Gray Maynard way back before he became champion, he was able to build himself back into that fight and secure a draw. And then the second time they fought, same thing, but he was the one that got the finish. They call him the little engine that could, because you could never tell Frankie Edgar there's something he can't do.
It was about 10 years ago he won the UFC lightweight championship in Abu Dhabi. Truly one of the fighters that embraced fighting at his natural weight before it was in vogue. The answer, Frankie Edgar, back in yet another big UFC spot here tonight. They call him the Motown Phenom, Kevin Lee, not a prospect anymore. He's a guy who has fought for the UFC interim lightweight title. He has flirted with the 170-pound waters, still trying to get that total game together, but there's no denying the athlete there.
But he possesses all of that skill. Kevin Lee has tremendous wrestling ability. Kevin Lee has tremendous striking. He's a big, strong, powerful guy. Even if you look back to his UFC title fight, he was on top of Tony Ferguson in the mount, dominating until late in the fight he ended up getting submitted. But he is a guy that when everything goes right on the night, he can beat anyone.
Go from a sold-out Etihad Arena here in Abu Dhabi, UAE. And now our tale of the tape for this lightweight fight. All right, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the former UFC lightweight champion, Frankie, the Edgar. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Kevin, the Motown Phenom Lee.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one.
Ready.
All right, we're back at Etihad Arena in Abu Dhabi. As many of you know, this has become a very special building and destination for UFC athletes. Back in the day, it was Fight Island. Now it's just Abu Dhabi, but special nonetheless. And we expect a lot of high-level action inside that octagon here tonight. He's very close to the finish here. Back to the feet now. Lee's got him in a crucifix, gonna work from the top now. Side control now, and certainly I would think more offensive options for the bottom fighter than in the halfway.
Absolutely more offensive options, because now you can just start to get away. You can just go to a wrestler stand-up. Get to your knees, post your hands, don't allow him to get his hooks in, right? Really be aware of the hooks. But get to your hand, stand up, fight the hand.
Well, he's got his back now. Outstanding ground and pound here. Somewhat of a lost art in MMA, at least in terms of making sure that every strike counts. Not an issue for him.
He's making every single one of them count. He is not pity-patting. He's not touching. Every punch that lands, he wants you to feel it.
Postures up. Ooh, and he lands a brutal strike to the head. Oh, nice job to split his guard and get the ground strike home again. Continuing to stay busy here on the ground. Ooh, postures up and now goes with the big strike to the body. Well done there by Lee. Moving his head on the ground here, avoiding a lot of these big shots. pressure's up now. That's a vicious head strike. How'd he take it? Really good job with the ground and pound, and now you can see some visible swelling on his opponent. Another ground and pound strike gets home.
And now he's in side control.
Oh, crowd just loving it as the fighters, after an extended grappling battle, make their way back to the feet.
Yeah, they're back on their feet. They spent a lot of energy on the ground, though. These guys were going back and forth on the ground, and ultimately, he's gotten back to his feet to give himself an opportunity.
Well, he has stayed busy, and he has stayed accurate. Nice combination there.
Very accurate, a lot of activity, and the hands look phenomenal tonight.
Edgar's nose is bleeding now, so we'll see how he handles that adversity, but nothing ideal about it here. Big shot there, DC. He is officially rocked.
A big, massive hook that really has put his opponent on skates.
Oh, elbows up top.
Yes, smart adjustment, yep.
Well, nice job staying active from the bottom. Good elbow there by Lee. Great work here from the bottom fighter. Horn sounds for the end of round one. All right, so there's the end of the round. Big story in this one now. The cut on the bridge of that nose from that strike. The cut man is in there. Should be able to shut this one and potentially prevent it from being a factor here moving forward. All right, so there's the horn. He got knocked down by a punch in that round, but he is able to survive. We'll see if they can make some adjustments.
He's as tough as they come. He took that shot and he kept plodding forward. He got off of his butt. He got himself off of the canvas and tried to get right back to work. But he cannot take many more of these. You don't want to be the guy that's testing how tough that your chin is.
All right, with that, the second round is now upon us. Kevin Lee versus Frankie Edgar. So he's really starting to put together some significant, huge connection by him there.
He needs to get into space so that he doesn't get finished. Oh, bomb shot. Oh, right hand landed. There you go.
Shot is blocked there by Lee. Tries to work it into a takedown.
Gets it.
Oh, lands a hip toss to get him down. That can't feel good. All right, side control now, DC. You know he's in his element on the ground. A lot of tricks up his sleeve.
A lot of tricks.
Yet again, rinse and repeat, targeting that swelling, and you gotta think this is gonna start to affect his performance now.
Yeah, it's at a point now, John, where he's gonna start to get desperate. He's gonna start to make some mistakes because this swelling is not just minor anymore. We're starting to get into the major territory.
Yeah, looks a little wobbly on his feet. Let's see if he can capitalize and lock up a sub.
You gotta try to find whether or not you're gonna land ground and pound here or if you're gonna go to submission. Side control, he's pretty safe there. Oh, for attack, yep.
Ooh, that Kimura looks tight. This could be the end of the fight. He gets out though, wow!
Yeah, he did a great job of straightening his arm, and then when his arm straightened, he followed the momentum going in that direction to free himself from that Kimura attempt.
Well, champ, I don't see that well, but it's hard to miss the redness underneath that elbow. A lot of bodily investment from his opponent tonight.
Yeah, it's an investment, John. It may not pay dividends right now, but the more you go there, the more damage you do, eventually it will show itself. And right now, it's starting to show.
Nice job to get it. Now the transition to the judo throw right into side control, where he will have no shortage of options. All right, he's got side control here, DC. You know, he's got a lot of different submissions in his arsenal once this fight gets to the ground. All right, well, he's going to have to go back to the drawing board defensively, but in terms of this fight, he's been totally dominated, and that swelling's getting out of control.
Swelling's getting out of control.
All right, well, that swelling has essentially rendered him a one-eyed fighter, and to that end, the referee has paused the action. He calls for the ringside physician.
And here comes the doctor. The doctor's going to take a look at him, check out the swelling, give him the old finger test to see if he can see his opponent in front of him and decide whether or not he can continue. Nope. Nope, not able to let him.
That's the right call. That eye was essentially closed. You can't compete with one eye unless you're Michael Bisping, and that's the end of the fight.
And not everybody's Michael Bisping. Not everybody's that tough. Not everybody's that durable. But this guy could not see. He had one eye, and it was only going to get worse for him.
All right, here now, Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, the doctor has called a stop to this fight. Declaring the winner by TKO, Kevin the Motown Phenom